Hey guys, welcome back. Um, Today I have a couple of scents for you guys from Poesie. I think that's how you say the house name. A little bit about me. I was really into mainstream perfumes a couple years ago, and I got into indies. I started buying from a lot of different houses, and Poesie was one of the first houses that I had bought from, and I bought their fan favorites. But they have been aging for around 2 years, probably more. One, because in the beginning, the scents were very faint to me and I couldn't smell them at all. But I realized that probably aging them would be the best thing for me. I think that I didn't have to age them for that long, but since I was sick and I lost my sense of smell, and just everything in between them, I kind of never got to testing them out. So I actually did test them out now, and now they're like some of my favorites. And I realized that I should probably upsize, get a full size of them. So in their fan favorites, the first one that I started with was Secret Boyfriend. So they all come in they come, at least they used to come, in a package like this, and then they all came in these small vials. And this one is called Secret Boyfriend. Secret Boyfriend. And the notes here are a mountain of light, fluffy marshmallows, your secret boyfriend's leather jacket, pine cedar, and a wisp of smoke. And this one I really fell in love with because of that leather note. It smells like a really sweet, leathery scent in the beginning when it's wet. So it's super sweet, but the leather kind of overpowers all of the other notes. And I think when it dries down, it really shines. Like you can get the leather, you get some sort of like a powdery sweet smokiness, and then you get kind of like a cologne scent in the background, kind of like a cedar, some sort of cologne cedar mix. But in the dry down is where this really does shine. And I rated it a 9 out of 10 just because I really like leather scents, and I think that it smells very clean and put together. So if you guys like leather, the Secret Boyfriend, I can definitely understand why it's one of the fan favorites, because this one was one of my favorites, a 9 out of 10. I just wish that it had a little bit more throw. But as far as the lasting power, it lasted like around 4 hours. So all these lasted around the same amount of time, maybe around 4 hours. This one to me is actually one of the better ones out of all of them. All of them, I got a pretty good lasting time. But I think out of all of them, this was one of my top favorites. So Secret Boyfriend, it's one of my tops. Okay. The next one I tried was Innocence. And Innocence, I really liked this one too. Um, Again, there wasn't really too many that I disliked. Probably just one. But Innocence, it says here that it has sweet peach skin, delicate coconut milk, comforting skin musk. So, um, this one, it's really nice too. At like first application, I get a milky coconutty scent, and that is really nice in the beginning. This it pretty much smells like coconut milk. Like if you really, really want to put a distinct scent to it. But as it dried down, it got muskier, it got peachier, it got sweeter, And it does remind me of something from my childhood. I'm just not sure exactly what. It smells like some sort of like a doll. Yeah, it's like a scent from like a doll that I used to have that would maybe come with like a perfume on it. Like, I don't know if you guys remember those dolls from the 90s. They had some sort of like a hard perfume that you would like touch it and it felt like a lip gloss and it had like glitter in it and stuff like that. It reminds me of some sort of doll that I used to have that had like a scent with it. So not that it doesn't smell like a doll at all, because you know how there is that note in a lot of perfumeries have that like doll note or like plasticky note. It doesn't have a plasticky note at all. It just is reminding me of something from my childhood, and I think it was a doll that I used to have. But it's creamy, it's sweet, it's coconutty. The peach comes through more in the dry down, and the musk comes more in the dry down as well. So I just, again, I wish this was stronger. And I guess I like my scents really strong, because I do have some indies that outperform this house, but I think that the longer you let Poesie sit and age, the better the scent gets, because that's for sure what it was for me. And if you want to wait 2 years, then it'll probably be really good in 2 years. But I would say maybe if you would wait like 6 months, that'd probably be a good amount. But to me, if this was stronger, I would definitely rate it higher. This was for me a 9 out of 10. So this is Innocence. Okay. And the next one I got was Madar. I think I'm pronouncing it right. I hope I am. Madar is, it comes like this. That's Madar. It's comforting, creamy, but basmati rice pudding flavored with orange flower water, saffron, cinnamon, cardamom, and dried rose petals, then piled high with sugared pistachios. So, this is a 10 out of 10. It's such a perfect scent in my eyes. It's pistachio, it's creamy. I get the rice pudding note with kind of like a milky, evaporated milk type of scent. And that edible spiced cardamom comes through, and it is so like just it smells so sweet and creamy. This one I would say is a little bit strong, and it does get stronger like the longer it stays on and the longer when it dries. For sure it was a 10 out of 10, and I love this one so much. And I think that the throw is pretty strong because I was wearing it when I was working out with my husband, and he could smell me, and obviously I was probably sweating, so I think maybe that amped it up more and could get out of my scent bubble, not just like within myself. But he really liked this one. He likes a lot of gourmands, so if it's a gourmand, it's usually going to be a hit in his eyes, and well, for me too. But this was just such a great scent. I love it so much, and I could totally understand why it's a fan favorite. So this one is Madar. It's a 10 out of 10 for sure. Okay, so the next one I have is Mayari, and this one has green bamboo, white tea, sea salt, ginger root, essential oil, and cetilox. Is it cetilox? I hope that's how you pronounce it. But so this one is a scent that reminds me of like a more masculine cologne. I think that any scent is unisex, but to me, I would probably gift this one to my husband because it's green, and I think it's the cetilox. Yeah, and the ginger that make it smell like a true cologne scent to me. It does smell very clean, but as soon as you put it on, it's a little bit faint. But I think once your skin warms up to it, it gets a little stronger and the dry down gets better. So this one, I rated it an 8 out of 10. I do like it. It's not my favorite, but it is pretty high up there in the sense that I would want like my husband to wear. I would definitely full size this one for him. So this one is Mayari, and this one's, it's pretty nice. You do get a little bit of the salt, and you get a lot more ginger though. The ginger is kind of like in the forefront for me personally, and then it's like that green bamboo note, and it's the Cetilox that like takes over the whole thing as it dries down in throughout the whole scent, I think. So that's Mayari. The next one I tried, Sleepy Ghost. Now, Sleepy Ghost is one that I wasn't too big of a fan of, but that's just me because I think that I have so many lavender scents, and I think I've kind of gone through this lavender stage, and I'm kind of over lavender. I still do love it as a note, I really do, but you know, judging on all the lavender scents that I have, this one is pretty, I'd say like middle of the road lavender. If you want like a lavender that's a little bit sweeter, I would personally go for something else that this reminds me of, but it's still a good scent. I rated it a 7 out of 10. This one has marshmallow pillows sprinkled with natural lavender essential oil and absolute for sweet dreams. So I do get a lot of the lavender in the beginning and no marshmallow really. I kind of wish that it would have like, been a little bit stronger. But then again, I have so many other lavender scents that I feel like I don't need this one. Like I don't need a full size this one, but it is good to smell their lavender note, and it does smell pretty strong. Like this is one of, actually I think the stronger scents in the batch. And if you guys are wondering, this does remind me a lot of Coco Pink's Lavender Clouds. I have that one, and that one is way sweeter, more fluffy, like kind of like whipped cream type of lavender. And this one is like a true essential oil type of lavender with like just like a hint of sweetness in the background. So if you want more earthy lavender, I would say go for this type of scent from Poesie because it's pretty accurate, it's pretty realistic. The Cocoa Pink one is a little sweeter and it's a different type of experience there. Here it's a more natural type of experience, very earthy. So yeah, this one is Sleepy Ghost. Okay, the next Versailles. So this one was one of my favorite ones too. I just wish it was stronger. I really do. I guess maybe on my skin, it just eats up all of the perfume and it doesn't really come out that much to give it a good throw. But again, like if this was just a little bit stronger, I would full size this one too because it's so good. This one has golden cake, intoxicating orange blossom, fluffy vanilla, citrus icing, blood orange, and wet. I get the vanilla and orange icing. It is so creamy. It's so good. It smells like, a cupcake that's just been iced with that orange icing. Like, you like baked goods. Just very edible, very foodie, very gourmand. The thing is that it just faded away for me, like just so quickly. I don't know what happened. Maybe I can make this work with like a scented lotion or something like that. But I just wish this was stronger. I rated it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I rated it a 9 was because it wasn't that strong on me. So maybe my skin just eats up the notes. Who knows? So that one is Versailles. And the last one I have that was in that pack is Villa Diodati. And it says Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I think that this is where it has a significance to Frankenstein because they probably told the story in this villa or in this like building. I don't even know what it was really. I just did like a really quick search just to see how the name was pronounced. And I saw that, you know, that's where she had told the actual story of Frankenstein. So I thought that was really neat. So this has wild rosemary, fresh balsam pine, crystal clear lake water, dry dark vanilla. This is not too strong. I do get rosemary and pine, and there is definitely something deep in there. It's something more complex. I'm thinking it's the dark vanilla. I don't know what the dark is for the vanilla. I don't know if it's like smoked or they add some sort of like a darker note in there, but it's something deeper. It's something, you know, not just your plain vanilla. But the rosemary and the pine come through so much as soon as you put this on. This is super earthy and green. The only thing is that I could barely smell it after an hour, and all I really got was the pine, like the most out of everything. I just got the pine, and I don't know if it's my skin, and I don't know if it's, or it's might just be the notes. I don't know, but it was not strong on me, and it did smell a little bit mature for my liking. I usually like a lot of earthy scents, but I don't know. I guess for me this was just maybe the rosemary mixed with the pine was too mature. Maybe if it was a different type of herb in there for me, but I rated this one like a 7 out of 10. So out of all of them, so that one was Villa Diodati. So out of all of them, I would say that they were all really good. Like all of them had something special about them. And I totally understand why everyone talks about them online, why they're constantly, you know, their favorites, because these are really good scents. Like they are people pleasers. You're gonna go into the room and you are gonna smell good, and people are actually gonna ask you what you have on because they are, you know, intoxicating, most of them. And I really do love this house. I wish I had more scents from them. I do have a full size of one of their scents, but I'm planning to full size a lot of those samples that I recently got. So that was it. I'm going to be doing more scents. I'm going to be doing more samples. I'm also going to be doing some like favorites videos or some winter scents videos. So go ahead and just stay on the lookout for when I post. I'm going to try to be posting every Friday. And I'm going to try to show you guys at least sample and show all of my collection at one point, because more knowledge is good knowledge, and I like to let people know what it is that I actually have and what I don't have, and the sense that I have worked for me, from which specific houses and which houses that I've never tried before that I would love to get into. So there's so many more scents to come. So thank you guys. Bye.